Look at this. The biggest population growth this decade, all 5 of the states that Donald John Trump won. Donald John Trump.
Okay, hold on. Even the mainstream media is finally admitting what we have known for years. People are fleeing liberal policies like a burning building. They are packing up their families and heading to states that actually respect freedom. But there is a massive scandal brewing behind these numbers. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, they actually botched the 2020 census count, and you will never guess which political party benefited from those mistakes. Listen to where everyone is leaving.
Take a look here. The lowest domestic net migration this decade. All 5 of the states that were won by Kamala Harris in 2024. Look at this. California, Harris's home state. New York, where I'm coming from right now, of course. Illinois, New Jersey, and of course the great.
Notice what he did not say. He calls it a blue state depression, but it is worse than that. The Heritage Foundation reported that blue states like New York and Rhode Island were actually overcounted in 2020. At the exact same time, red states like Florida and Texas were undercounted. They were literally robbed of their proper seats in Congress. It is like a landlord tipping the scales so the worst tenants get the biggest rooms. But the map is changing anyway.
If in fact the 2025 population shifts hold for the 2030 census, look at this. Look at the House seat shifts by state. Remember, of course, we apportion the number of House seats depending on the population in each state.
There it is. The panic is starting to set in. Even with a botched census giving them an unfair head start, the Democrats cannot outrun reality. The sheer volume of Americans escaping blue states is completely destroying their permanent majority fantasy. The next census is coming, and it is bringing a brutal reality check for the radical left. They are terrified of exactly what happens next. Pay close attention to these numbers and listen very closely to what he says next.
Kamala Harris won, they would lose 7 seats in the United States House of Representatives.
Read those words again. 7 seats gone. Tell me I am wrong in the comments, but that is an absolute bloodbath for the left. You cannot fake electoral votes when the entire population simply leaves your state. And remember, this is all happening while America First Legal is actively asking the Supreme Court to fix the 2020 numbers. According to their filing, the government failed its constitutional duty to accurately count the population. But what happens to the red states?
The states that Donald Trump won in 2024, they would gain 7.
7 new seats for states that actually believe in the Constitution. This is exactly why they are panicking. The legacy media knows their chosen party is staring down an electoral cliff. The Democrats spent 4 years governing like college kids renting a dorm room, completely trashing the place and expecting someone else to pay the bill. Now the bill is due. And if you want to know how bad this gets for them, look at the final electoral college math.
The states that Donald Trump won in 2024, they would gain 7.
Under the new estimates, their favorite candidate falls short of the White House. The people elected a president, not a temporary tenant to push around. The left tried to rig the map with a flawed census, but the American people simply walked away from their failed cities. The conservative movement is growing stronger every single day, and the numbers absolutely prove it. If you want to see how we are winning another massive fight, click the video on your screen right now.